All right, strap yourselves in because today we are going deep into the mysterious world of Gobekli Tepe.
Oh, yeah. One of those places that just makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about history.
We've got the research papers, of course, but
Language
also
and those wild
some
theories.
listener notes too. Time to separate fact from fiction.
Or at least try to.
In this deep dive into Gobekli Tepe, a site that feels like something out of a sci-fi movie, right?
Absolutely. It's been challenging our understanding of history since it was first discovered.
Yeah, this isn't just some random pile of rocks, right? We're talking about Gobekli Tepe,
Yeah.
like those huge T-shaped pillars.
And the carvings are so intricate.
Carbon dating puts it at 12,000 years old.
12,000 years, that's right.
I mean, that's 6,000 years before Stonehenge.
And 7,000 before the pyramids were even built.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. We're talking about a time before farming, before cities.
Before writing even.
And yet, here we have evidence of complex structures, buildings that would have required a ton of manpower and organization.
And planning, absolutely.
It's like finding, I don't know, a smartphone buried in a dinosaur bone.
That's a great analogy.
It just doesn't make sense.
And it raises so many questions.
Yeah, because the accepted theory is that people were nomadic back then,
Hunter-gatherers, right.
focused on survival, moving from place to place.
And that doesn't exactly fit with a site that would have needed a ton of people to build it, people who stayed put for a long time.
Right. It's like they took a break from foraging for berries and said, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's build this massive ceremonial site just for kicks.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, let's make the pillars weigh like 15 tons each.
I mean, the scale of it is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, 200 pillars unearthed so far.
And who knows how many more are still buried.
Each one weighing up to 15 tons.
Try moving that without a crane or a bulldozer or even a wheel.
Let alone 200 of them.
It just boggles the mind how they did it.
And then, it gets even weirder.
Oh.
Because the site was deliberately buried multiple times. And each time, they built a smaller, less sophisticated structure on top.
Like they were intentionally trying to hide it or something?
If they went through all that trouble to build it, why bury it? It's almost insulting in a way. Like, oh, this one's not good enough. Let's bury it and try again.
Well, whatever the reason, it's a fascinating mystery.
So was it some kind of top secret prehistoric society? Like they had a clubhouse and didn't want anyone to know about it?
Maybe.
Or was this some ancient civilization that just really hated open floor plans? Too much space. Quick, bury it.
We're definitely venturing into the realm of speculation here, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it's fun to speculate.
It is, it is.
So, okay, theories. What have we got?
Well, some researchers think it was a ritual site, maybe even tied to the emergence of agriculture.
Agriculture.
Yeah, they found wild wheat near the site.
Wheat at Gobekli Tepe.
Genetically similar to what we grow today.
So are we saying that ancient religious rituals somehow led to the invention of agriculture?
Well, it's not quite that simple.
I mean, that's like saying the disco ball led to the internet.
That's one way to put it.
Okay, correlation doesn't equal causation, I know.
Exactly.
But the idea that Gobekli Tepe could be connected to the very beginnings of agriculture is pretty mind-blowing.
It is. It really is.
It's like they're burying a time capsule. And in it, there's this ancient cookbook with the first ever recipe for bread.
It's interesting because it seems like the quality of the construction declined over time.
Declined?
Yeah, the early structures are the most impressive, more complex.
So it started out strong and then kind of went downhill from there.
You could say that.
So what happened? Did they get lazy? Was there like a shortage of skilled labor in the prehistoric world? Sorry, no T-shaped pillars this time. We're fresh out of qualified stonemasons.
No, it's another piece of the puzzle, isn't it?
So many pieces. And then there are the carvings on those T-shaped pillars.
Oh, yeah.
We see hands, belts. It's almost like a uniform or something.
But something's missing.
Yeah, what is it?
No faces.
Hold on. No faces on any of the figures.
Not that we've found so far.
So they carved all these intricate details, animals, symbols.
No faces. It's very strange.
It's like they were going for a Guess Who board game vibe, but forgot to include the faces.
Interesting analogy.
Or maybe they were just really bad artists. Hey, Grog, can you chisel a face on that pillar? Ugh, faces are hard. How about another snake?
Well, whatever the reason for those missing faces, it's one of the most intriguing things about Gobekli Tepe.
I mean, think about it. You've got this site. It's impossibly old, unbelievably complex, and full of these strange details.
And then they decide to bury it.
Then build another one on top, but not as good.
Right.
And for some reason, faces are a no-go. What's going on here?
Gobekli Tepe is a challenge. It makes us question everything we thought we knew about the past.
Yeah, it's like one giant archaeological riddle wrapped in a mystery and then buried under tons of dirt.
And we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of that riddle.
Well, good thing we've got plenty of time to dig in. Stay tuned because in part 2 of this deep dive, we're going to explore some of the wilder theories out there.
Oh yeah, get ready for some ancient astronauts, secret societies, and maybe even some answers about those missing faces.
Buckle up. It's about to get even more interesting.
Welcome back to our deep dive into all things Gobekli Tepe.
Back to the land of T-shaped pillars and mysterious carvings.
Right where we left off, actually, before we got sidetracked talking about prehistoric cookbooks.
Oh yes, the great ancient bread debate of 12,000 BC.
We were talking about the carvings and the fact that they don't have faces.
Yeah, it's like someone went through the cosmic erasure and wiped away every single face.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It really does.
Some theories suggest those figures represent something beyond what humans can grasp, like forces or beings that don't even have a defined form.
Okay, I get that. But maybe we're overthinking it. Maybe they were just going for a minimalist look.
Like a prehistoric less is more kind of thing.
Yeah, all about clean lines, simple shapes. Gobekli Tepe, the minimalist edition.
Gobekli Tepe chic, imagine that.
Right, like this season, it's all about embracing of the void, no faces, no problem.
Huh. Well, jokes aside, the missing faces really set Gobekli Tepe apart from other ancient sites.
Yeah, it's a detail that just begs for an explanation.
It does, and we've explored a few possibilities already.
Right, like maybe they were depicting abstract concepts or deities.
And maybe, just weren't very good at carving faces.
Hey, I'm not judging their artistic skills.
Of course not.
But hey, maybe it was a matter of artistic evolution, right? Like maybe they hadn't quite mastered the human form yet.
Interesting thought.
So maybe it's like first you learn to carve basic shapes, then you move on to animals and stuff.
And eventually you work your way up to faces.
But they just, I don't know, got sidetracked. Faces are hard. More snakes, please.
Well, whatever the reason, their art is a reflection of their culture, and their culture was definitely unique.
Speaking of unique, what about those, shall we say, less conventional theories about Gobekli Tepe?
You mean the ones that make archaeologists raise their eyebrows a little bit?
The ones that send conspiracy theorists into a frenzy.
Ah, yes, those.
And let's be honest, when it comes to ancient mysteries, there's one theory that always seems to rise to the top.
The ancient astronaut theory.
Could
The
be.
idea that, aliens visited Earth a long, long time ago.
And that they, gave us a little nudge in the right direction, shared some of their advanced knowledge.
Something like that.
And let's face it, Gobekli Tepe has all the elements of a classic ancient astronaut story.
It does.
Massive stone structures, complex construction techniques that seem way ahead of their time, and of course, strange symbols that could easily be mistaken for alien hieroglyphs.
I mean, it's a compelling narrative.
It is.
But we have to be careful, right? We
Right.
can't just jump on the alien bandwagon without solid evidence.
I know, but it's fun to speculate. So let's just say, for a minute, that aliens did swing by Earth and decided to leave their mark on this particular spot in Turkey.
Okay, let's play that game. What did they leave behind? What was Gobekli Tepe's purpose?
Maybe it was a kind of intergalactic welcome center, like, welcome to Earth, enjoy your stay, don't forget to try the local cuisine.
A cosmic rest stop. I like that.
Right. Or, maybe, just maybe, it was all one giant art project designed to communicate with other intelligent beings out there in the cosmos.
Like, hey, we're here. We like to build cool stuff.
Exactly. Check out these pillars. They're all the rage right now in this corner of the galaxy. Or, hey, maybe it was even simpler than that. Maybe it was just a giant billboard advertising some alien soft drink. Drink Lord, the thirst quencher of champions across the cosmos.
You're on a roll. But let's be realistic. The ancient astronaut theory, well, it's a fun thought experiment.
I know.
But it lacks that one crucial ingredient.
Evidence.
Exactly. And we always come back to evidence.
Right. Back to reality. But hey, even without the aliens, Gobekli Tepe is still pretty amazing, right?
It is.
It shows us just how capable and creative our ancestors were.
And how much we still don't know about them.
Exactly. So, let's talk about some of those other theories floating around.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Well, there's the idea that Gobekli Tepe was an ancient observatory, a place where they tracked the stars and planets.
That's a popular one.
And then there's the whole ancestor worship angle, a place where the living communed with the spirits of the dead.
Interesting.
Yeah, imagine all those ancient spirits hanging out around those pillars, looking down on us, judging our fashion choices.
Maybe they're not judging. Maybe they're just trying to give us some guidance, share their ancient wisdom.
Or maybe they're just trying to get a good Wi-Fi signal. Ugh, the afterlife is terrible for internet access.
Eh. Well, whatever they're up to, those spirits, I think we should approach these theories with respect.
Of course.
They give us a window into the beliefs and practices of those who came before us.
You're right. It's easy to get carried away with the fun, speculative stuff.
It is, it is.
But it's important to remember that Gobekli Tepe is a real place with a real history and a deeper meaning that we're only just starting to grasp.
Exactly, and it's a history that's still being written with every new discovery.
Which brings us to the big question, the one that's been nagging at me this whole time. Why did they bury it? Why go through all that effort to create these amazing structures and then just, I don't know, cover them up with dirt?
Ah, yes, the great burial of Gobekli Tepe, one of the biggest mysteries of them all.
It's like spending months painting a masterpiece and then shoving it under your bed.
Right, like what was the point?
Exactly. So what are the theories? What did the experts think?
Well, some think it was a way to protect the site from, damage or vandalism.
But wouldn't it have been easier to just build it somewhere else?
That's a good point,
Yeah.
which is why others believe there's a more symbolic reason behind the burial.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. What kind of symbolic reason could there be for burying giant stone pillars?
Well, think of it this way. What if Gobekli Tepe wasn't just a physical site, but a representation of something deeper?
Deeper.
Like a belief system, a cosmology, or even a collective memory that they wanted to preserve but also conceal.
So it's like a time capsule, a message to future generations. Hey, future people, check this out. We were here and we were awesome.
Exactly. And who knows what other messages might still be hidden beneath the surface.
Ooh, now you're getting me excited.
Right.
What kind of messages? Ancient prophecies, secret recipes for prehistoric energy drinks.
Maybe. Or maybe something even more profound, something that could completely change our understanding of the past and our place in the universe.
Okay, now that's a cliffhanger. I can't wait to see what other secrets Gobekli Tepe is hiding.
And we'll keep exploring those secrets as we continue our deep dive, peeling back the layers of time and uncovering the truth.
Sounds good to me. All right, welcome back to our Gobekli Tepe deep dive.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground already. The age of this place, the carvings, even, a little alien speculation.
We had to.
We did. It's part of the fun. But now, let's zoom out a bit. Big picture time. How does Gobekli Tepe change how we think about history?
It really challenges those neat little timelines we make about the past, those step-by-step progressions. First, humans discovered fire, then they invented the wheel, then boom, civilization.
Right, like everything happened in this perfect order, like clockwork.
Exactly. But then Gobekli Tepe comes along and throws a wrench in the works.
It's like finding a working iPhone in a Roman ruin.
Precisely. It just doesn't fit the narrative.
So are you saying we have to rewrite all the history books?
Maybe not rewrite, but definitely re-examine them. Gobekli Tepe reminds us that history is always evolving. Our understanding of the past changes as we find new evidence.
It's like we found a missing piece of a giant puzzle, and now the whole picture looks different.
Exactly. And it's not just about shifting dates on a timeline. It's about reconsidering what we thought we knew about human potential, about their drive to create, to build.
So it's not just about surviving, about hunting and gathering. It's about something more.
Exactly. It seems that even when life was about the bare necessities, there was still this urge to create something meaningful, something that would last.
Like those pillars were their way of saying, we were here, we did this.
And maybe that's part of why they decided to bury them. Not just to protect them from the elements, but to preserve them, to make sure their message, their legacy, would echo through time.
You spent years studying Gobekli Tepe. You've been there, seen those pillars firsthand, dug into the research. What's your gut feeling? What do you think they were trying to tell us?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. So what's your best guess?
Honestly, if I knew for sure, I'd be on a beach somewhere, sipping on something fancy and basking in the glow of a Nobel Prize.
Okay, fair enough. But come on, you must have some theories. Ritual site? Astronomical observatory?
Yeah.
Alien landing pad?
I'm on team, we don't know yet. But keep digging. That's the beauty of archaeology. It's all about uncovering new clues, piecing together the story bit by bit.
But isn't it frustrating to think that we might never have all the answers? That some of those Gobekli Tepe mysteries might stay mysteries forever?
Sure, sometimes. But it's also exciting. The unknown is what keeps us going. The possibility of finding something truly groundbreaking, something that changes everything we thought we knew.
I like that. Embrace the mystery, keep digging, and never stop asking questions.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And who knows, maybe someday we'll find that one key piece of the puzzle that unlocks the secrets of Gobekli Tepe.
And until then, we keep exploring, we keep digging, and we definitely keep listening to podcasts like this one. Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the world of Gobekli Tepe.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time for another adventure into the past.